Unit 6, Relationships in Triangles, question 4a to 4c. Okay, so the question was us to find and define angles in a transversal problem. Okay, so there's things that you need to know for transversal. You need to know complementary angles, and a complementary angle means that two angles add up to be 90 degrees. Okay, you can also know supplementary. Supplementary angles means that two angles will essentially equal to 180. So it's similar to like a linear pair. Vertical angles are opposite angles, so angles that are facing one another. They are always congruent, and then linear pairs form a straight line that add up to 180 degrees. So it says given that M and L, M is parallel to N, so M is parallel to N, that means that they're going in the same direction but they never meet. Find the value of X. So right here we see what we could call a straight line right here. Right here, this is a straight line, and a straight line makes us think about linear pairs, and a linear pair adds up to be 180 degrees. So that means all of this right here should be equal to 180. So what I could do is I could say that this side, or this angle, and this angle should be equal to the big angle. So x plus 113 is equal to 180. So then all I would need to do now is subtract 113, so x will be equal to 180 minus 113 is 67. So x will be equal to 67 degrees. Okay, so let's try the next one. So it says find the measure of the missing angles. So right here we see our figure. Okay, so the first thing that pops out to me is that I see vertical angles. Vertical angles are opposite angles. So this is opposite to this, so that means they're congruent. The word congruent means that they're equal. Alright, so they're equal. So this angle is 127, so that means this angle is 127. So G is equal to 127. Okay, well, what else do we know? Well, if this angle and this angle are opposite one another, they're also vertical angles. So K would also be 98. So K is 98. Okay, so what else do we know? Well, right here we see a straight line. So G and H make a straight line, and we know that straight line adds up to be 180. So that means all of this is equal to 180. So that means this angle H plus this angle 127 should be equal to 180. So to find H, all I would need to do is subtract 127. So H will be equal to 180 minus 127, I believe, is 53. So H is 53 degrees. And then finally, so if H is 53, this is also 53. So if this is 53, this is also 53, but we don't need that. Here we see another straight line. So right here we see another straight line. So that, and then this was K. Alright, we could also use a straight line right here if we wanted to. So we're going to say that this one is K. So if I want to find M, I would say all of this equal to 180. So 98 plus M should be equal to 180. So 98 plus M is equal to 180. So then I subtract 98, M will be equal to the 98 minus 120, I believe, is 82. So yeah, 82? No, 72. No, 82. Yeah, it will be 82. Okay, so M will be equal to 82. Okay, so again, guys, just like that. Alright, so again, we could have also used this straight line right here if we wanted to. Okay, so let's try the next one, guys. Alright, so the next one says alrighty, so those are all my answers right there. Okay, so let's go ahead, let's do the next one. So it says if the measure of angle BGC is 69 degrees, okay, so then what is the measure of angle DGA? So BGC will be B to G to C. So that would be this angle right here. Okay? So they said this angle is measured 69 degrees. Okay? So it wants us to find out what would DGA be. So DGA will be this angle right here. So it'll be this angle right here. Okay? So we know angle 1 is 69, and these are opposite angles, are opposite one another. So angle 3 would also be 69 degrees. Okay? And the reason it would be 69 is because they're vertical angles. Okay? So again, here we have just a classic vertical angles. Okay? Okay? So and then we could use linear pair to find this right here. So again, we could find what this is using linear pairs. Okay? So yeah, we found DGA. Alright? So again, guys, just like that.